Could you please state your name for the record?
Angelica Hernandez.
And what is your relationship to Griselda Hernandez?
She's my sister.
And what is your relationship to Dominic Hernandez?
He's my nephew.
Without giving me the address here in Laredo, did you all grow up together?
Yes, we did.
Okay, what's the age difference between you and your sister?
She's 9 years younger than me.
Okay. Your home, your childhood home, is it located on the west side of Laredo?
Yes, we grew up off of Mines Road, off of the first subdivision that was built in Mines Road.
And is that near Father McNabel Park?
Yes, it's about half a mile from there or less of that.
Okay. Did you all visit Father McNabel Park as children?
Yes, we did. We grew up at that park. All of us did, all my brothers and sisters.
Going back to growing up, what type of relationship did you have with your sister?
A good relationship. I was a big sister, so I want to think I was in some sort of way mentor to her. I would help my mom a lot with being the oldest. I would help my mom a lot with my brothers and sisters, especially my sister.
What kind of things would you all do for fun growing up?
Growing up, I remember I wasn't much of a doll player, but I do remember riding our bikes together, braiding her hair, taking care of her whenever we'd go out on family outings or just outside the house playing or at the park.
What type of personality, did Griselda have growing up?
I feel she was, she was my sister. She was always happy. She was the more hyper one, I think, of my brothers and sisters. She was always my dad's favorite.
How many siblings do you have?
I have two brothers. They're both younger than me, and only one sister.
Okay. She was your only sister.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about the pregnancy that your sister had. When did you find out she was pregnant with Dominic?
I don't recall the month in particular. I do know it was after I had made my pregnancy announcement. We were pregnant together.
And did she ever tell you who the father was?
She did not mention his name. She showed me a picture of him.
Did you come to find out his first name?
After the baby was born, I found out his name.
And what name was that?
Anthony.
Was it just one name or his last name?
In the beginning, I only knew him as Anthony. As time went by, I knew his last name.
Okay. Did you know if he was being helpful or supportive of her pregnancy?
No, when my sister told me about her pregnancy and me and her spoke more privately, she did mention that she was going through with the pregnancy on her own, that the baby's father did not want to have anything to do with it. What she expressed was that he didn't want to move forward with the pregnancy, so she was doing it on her own. And that is how she presented it when she announced it to my family at the dinner table.
When you say he didn't want to move forward with the pregnancy, what did that mean?
She told me he had suggested that they terminate the pregnancy.
That she have an abortion,
That's correct.
and she decided against it.
We were raised Catholic by religion, and none of us believe in abortions.
Tell me about the day that Dominic was born. Do you remember that day?
Yes, I was with my sister in the operating room. She had a C-section. I remember hearing him cry when he was born. I remember feeding him his first bottle after the nursery released him to the room for my sister. She didn't wake up right after. My sister was allergic to morphine, so they had to use other medications to put her to sleep for pain control during her delivery. So she was very drowsy afterwards. I was waiting in the room when she came to the room and when they brought the baby. So I held him in my arms and gave him his first bottle.
Was he a big baby?
Yes, he was. He had chubby little cheeks, rosy cheeks.
And how was Dominic as a baby?
I think he was beautiful. He had the hugest lips I've ever seen. He had very, very full lips. He was a very, very good baby. Soon after 10 days, I had my baby. And I say good baby because I tend to get all the criers in the family.
Mm. And he was not a crybaby.
No, he wasn't. He was always very, very calm, he was a good baby, an amazing baby.
What role did you play in Dominic's life?
Well, as an aunt, I want to say I was very, very supportive of my sister. I think we all tried to be in our family. I would care for Dominic as he was getting older. Whenever my sister was going to school, she had classes, she needed to be elsewhere, I would watch over my nephews, both of them. And the same with me, whenever I had to go to work, she would try to take care of my children when I wasn't available for him. So you could say that we, in a way, raised each other's children.
How old would your sister be today if she were still alive?
I feel I could calculate how old she would be, but to me, she's always 27.
Why do you say that?
I can't see her aging over 27. That's where time stopped. That's where time is frozen for her. And like I said, I could calculate if I were to give you an age she'd be, but she's 27 in my heart. And
What about Dominic? How old would he be today?
he would be 6. He would be turning 7, just like my son, July 26.
And what grade is your son in now?
He's going to 2nd grade.
Were they close? Your son and Dominic?
Yes, they were very close. They were very close. You could find him in my house fighting for Dominic's favorite basketball, or pushing each other, running down the hallway, fighting for sippy cups.
Dominic was an active baby.
Yes, yes, he was.
What do you miss the most about your sister?
Her laugh. I miss her laugh. I miss her telling me that everything's gonna be okay. I miss her coming over to my house. I miss her cooking with me in the kitchen. I miss what most of us get to share with their siblings. We'd plan our children's birthday parties. We'd plan our outings together. I miss her very much.
What were her dreams? Her ambitions?
She was looking to eventually leave Laredo. She wanted to move to San Antonio after getting her nursing degree. She, as many of us, all of us have our struggles, and she wasn't one to just roll over and let time pass by or have somebody, come and pick her up. She always did her best to resolve any problems that were set in front of her. She was very self-driven, so I feel, her dreams, she would have met every single one of her dreams if she would have been given the opportunity.
What did she want to become?
She wanted to be a nurse.
Like you?
Yes.
Dominic was about 18 months old, right, when he died?
That's correct.
Do you remember what kind of toys he liked to play with? Was he a active little boy?
Yes, he had, at my mom's house, he had these favorite little tiny yellow balls that he used to like hiding them from my mom and having her find him whenever she was sweeping or cleaning, and she'd find him in all odd places, cabinets, under the sofas, anywhere. In my house, he enjoyed playing with the orange basketball that him and Tristan would always fight over. And any little games that they had that they could, tactile toys that they could press and they would make sounds. They loved playing with things like that.
So you like playing with balls, footballs,
Yes.
baseballs?
Yes, and they'd fight over this little tyke toy that you could get on top of and ride.
So he liked cars?
Yes, he did.
What about little tractor toys?
He did also play with little push carts, but more than anything, it was things he could ride on or balls he can chase after. They were both very active.
Did you like trains?
Yes, he liked trains. I think he had a favorite train at my mom's house also.
Would you take a lot of pictures with him?
Yes, I would. With both of them, him and Tristan, because my little boy would always get jealous whenever I would carry Dominic.
Can I approach you with this one?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as state school of 537, 538. You recognize these photos?
Yes.
Standard in the council. To offer 537, 538.
I'm sorry.
I'll move to offer 537.
Judge, sorry, those numbers were used last week and they were sustained.
These?
Yeah. 536 through 540 got sustained.
We, sorry, did we use those numbers up, or? were
Yeah,
these-
those numbers were already used.
All those numbers were used, okay, well, I can remember them. That's probably the problem.
But,
So I'll continue with,
So, I guess if you haven't used 548 or.
We've already used those, 550.
550, that's just perfect.
Just blew us up.
okay.
The two of them?
Yes, sir.
550 and 550.
You know.
They're admitted without objection.
Motion to publish.
Yes, sir.
So I have this picture up here. Do you remember this occasion?
Yes.
Can you tell us what's going on?
Yes, we were at my sister-in-law's announcement. I believe it was at Rudy's. She was announcing her pregnancy, and that's me and baby Dominic.
I'll show you 551. Who's in this picture?
That's myself and Dominic and Tristan.
Also, would you video different milestones in Dominic's life, different events?
Yes.
When he was walking around and healthy?
Yes.
And what about, how many birthdays did Dominic celebrate?
1.
And were you able to video some of his celebration?
Yes.
And what about verbal? Was he verbal? What are some of the words he was able to say at 18 months?
He would say hi, hi mama. He would call my mom mama, and hello, goodbye, go, stop, stay here. He would tell my sister whenever she wanted to leave, stay here. When she was leaving the room or leaving him to come to the kitchen with me. No, he whenever you would tell him not to do something, he would just scream at you, no, no mama, or no, stop, or no, you, things like that. I feel he spoke a lot sooner than my son, even though they're just 10 days apart. He was more verbal than Tristan.
If I may approach you. I'm going to show you what Mark has. It's exhibit 548, 549, and 539. Is that videos? 539. So, give you another number. Sorry about that.
548, 549.
I was saying 548 and 549.
Those are
And then what would be this one? 550.
no, you just use 550 and 551.
I could call it 552. Okay. I'm going to show you now these USBs. Ask me if you've seen these. You familiar with?
Yes.
With exhibits 552, 549, 548?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And do they accurately depict the video that you've seen?
Yes, that's correct.
And these are events that you would have videoed?
That's correct.